Hello and welcome to Larissa's Kitchen. Today we're making Russian tea cakes. These fiendishly simple shortbread style cookies are usually served at Christmas time, but they're delicious enough to eat year-round. Alright, so what are we going to need for these Russian tea cakes? We need to start with 1 cup of butter. That's 2 sticks. Now this is very warm, probably about 75 degrees. It's bordering on melting. It needs to be very, very soft. We're also going to need 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, about 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 3/4 cup of chopped nuts. These are walnuts, but you could use whatever you like. We're also going to need 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to start by creaming together our butter and sugar. We'll take this off, scrape down the sides, and add our vanilla and salt in next. Alright, back on the mixer. Alright, that's mixed. Let's go ahead and add the nuts. Alright, and now we're going to mix in the flour about half at a time. Alright, we don't want to overmix this, so we're just going to let it mix until it combines. Alright, so we're going to let it combine and then we're going to run it really fast for just a couple of seconds to make sure that it's completely mixed up. Alright, I'll probably do this in 3 additions. If we overmix the flour, these cookies will become very, very tough. Okay, aside from our baking sheet, we need one more piece of equipment, a disher. This is a 2 teaspoon disher, and it's the perfect size for these Russian tea cakes. Okay, I've got my largest cookie sheet, and it is an insulated cookie sheet, covered with a sheet of parchment paper so that these don't stick. And we're just going to dish these out, and then we will eventually roll them into a ball. All of these cookies are going to fit on this sheet. Alright, we're going to place these tea cakes about 1 inch apart on here. They barely puff up at all. And working with these cookies as little as possible is the way you want to do it. Overworking the flour is going to make them tough. Okay, I've got the oven preheated to 400 degrees and I do have my convection oven on. These are going in for 10 to 12 minutes. They're done when they're set, but not yet brown. Alright, you may have noticed that we used very little sugar in this recipe. That's because we're going to be dusting them twice with powdered sugar after they're done baking. So we're going to get these out of the oven, and while they're still hot, we're going to go ahead and coat them in powdered sugar and then put them on this cooling rack to cool. Now this cooling rack is covered with parchment paper to help control the mess. Once they're completely cool, we're going to dust them again. Okay, we're going to let these hot cookies sit for about 5 minutes just to completely set up, and then we're going to start dusting them. Okay, let's give these Russian tea cakes a taste. Light, crisp, Do I look like a cokehead yet? Delicious.